All right, there we go. It looks like I am now live on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube and also Instagram. So it's good to see everybody. Hopefully, um, you guys will talk while I sort through some comics. Hopefully, I won't bore you guys. But yeah, just talk to me, people. Ask me any questions you have. Ask me for advice. I'll do my best to give it. Ask me for just don't ask me for money because that's not going to happen. All right, let me just showcase a couple of comics here while I'm waiting for people to join in, I guess. All right, so this comic is pretty awesome. This is a giant size 30th anniversary of the Amazing Spider-Man. I think I have one of these signed actually. This is one, but I think I have another one of these signed. This is an awesome comic. Um, Speaking of signed, I've got a signed copy of something somewhere. I've got a signed copy of Avengers 30th anniversary. Here it is. Another giant size 30th anniversary. This is signed by Tom Palmer, who was the inker for this. And I do have a certificate of authenticity also. This comic is going for somewhere between 200 and 250. But I'm not sure if I'm ready to sell it yet, though. But that's what the value is. Here's a comic that I sold a while back, and then I bought another copy because I just wanted one for myself. But now I think I'm going to try to sell it again. But this is it might be the first appearance of the spider armor. All right, House of Slaughter. If you haven't read House of Slaughter, I don't know what you're doing with your life. This is a great comic, a very interesting, chilling story, and yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, not Caleb is in the house. How you doing, not Caleb? And Dylan says you do. I do what, Dylan? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. Immortal Hulk #1. Now, Hulk is probably in my top five Marvel superheroes. Except I talked about this a little bit the other day. I don't like the Mark Ruffalo Hulk. Mark Ruffalo, is that how you pronounce his name? I believe so. But I don't like that Hulk simply because it looks like the actor. But if you read up on the Hulk and his abilities, well, let me say, if you don't read comics, you need to start because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the comic book world, and it's just so much interesting stuff and so much creativity. I mean, it's just crazy. And I'll give you an example. I've told this story before, but this is one of my favorite Hulk stories. And so there's rumor that there's going to be a Secret Wars movie. And but they do Secret Wars like they did the first Secret Wars. It's going to be epic. Um, and so just to give you a quick story about the Hulk, I'll try to make it quick. So this godlike being called the Beyonder, he captured a group of superheroes and a group of supervillains, and he created this planet, and he brought them onto this planet to let them fight, um, so he could see how they interact, how humans behave. He wanted to study humans. He was curious, and so one of the villains that he had that he kidnapped to come to this planet was called the Molecule Man, and the Molecule Man was a powerful hero or powerful villain, but he didn't really know how to use his powers. He was kind of dumb, not very intelligent, and he did like stupid stuff. Like he would, for example, um, if you had a gun, he would turn into a bouquet of flowers or something like that, something stupid. But the Beyonder unlocked his mind. The Molecule Man unlocked the Molecule Man's mind just to let him see how powerful he was. And the Molecule Man took over, and he became very deadly. And so the superheroes had been beaten and battered, and they were way off in the distance, and they were trying to get back to regroup, or whatever. And the Molecule Man saw them and decided. Now remember, he controls molecules, all molecules. He decided to drop a mountain range on this group of heroes. Now, I'm not talking about a big rock. I'm not talking about a mountain. I'm talking about an entire mountain range, right? An entire mountain range. He picked it up and dropped it on these superheroes, and the Hulk caught it. This is one of the reasons Hulk is one of my favorite superheroes. The Hulk caught this mountain range. Now he didn't catch it like like a cartoony catch. When it landed on the heroes, the Hulk braced it, and all the other heroes were gathered underneath him. So he was struggling to hold up this mountain range. I mean, the Hulk is strong. Don't get me wrong, but a mountain range, yeah. So the Hulk was struggling to hold up this mountain range, and they were trying to figure out how to get out of it and how to get out of this situation. And so they decided to try to make Hulk mad. Now, Hulk, at this point, had the intelligence of Bruce Banner, but that intelligence, that psyche, was slowly slipping away. And so they were trying to make the Hulk mad. I don't want to give too much of the story away because I'm probably going to tell this story 4, 5, 15 more times. So just suffice it to say that the Hulk, um, you know, there aren't many Marvel characters who can, perform this feat of strength, and the Hulk did. So the Hulk is in my top 5 Marvel characters. All right, I dare anybody to try to guess what my other top 5, what the other top 4 of my Marvel characters are. My DC characters, that's easy. But my top 5 Marvel characters, I'm not sure if people know me that well. All right, we've got Wolverine number 4. Wolverine number 4. And this one I gotta check, but this might be the first appearance of the Eagle. Some of you may not be very familiar with the Eagle, but this might be his first appearance. I've got this shadow on my monitor that's driving me crazy. I'm gonna try to get rid of it real quick. Kind of. There we go. That's better. All right, but yeah, the this might be the first appearance of the Eagle, but I would have to do some research to figure that out. Some of you may. I'm about to show my age again. Way back in the day, when cartoons were awesome, when cartoons were real, and by real I mean like they were real good. There was a cartoon called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. And in that cartoon, they had a character called Firestar. And I used to watch that cartoon religiously. It had Spider-Man, Firestar, and Iceman in it. And if you want a little bit of nostalgia, um, go back and watch that cartoon series. It was awesome. If you guys saw the She-Hulk TV show, I'm going to apologize for them. because that show is horrible, in my opinion. Some of you may disagree, but it was horrible. However, the comic book was pretty good. So this is the Savage She-Hulk number 4. I'll get to those in a minute. Here's something else that's pretty awesome. This is a 4-issue limited series, and I only have 3 that I found in my stash so far. But this is the Fantastic Four versus the X-Men. This comic is actually pretty good. There aren't many Fantastic Fours left, mostly because not as many people read as they used to. There aren't many Fantastic Four fans left, I should say. But this comic was actually really good. If I'm not mistaken, this comic series is a 4-issue limited series, and I have 3 of them in my possession at the moment. But I have the 4th one somewhere. This might be the issue where Wolverine and Mr. Fantastic fought. If you guys thought Mr. Fantastic is a pushover, you guys can't be sleeping on Mr. Fantastic. I'm telling you. They don't do him just as much in the movies or in the comics. But Mr. Fantastic, when he cut loose, that man is deadly. He's dangerous. He's dangerous when he cuts loose. All right, I've got a Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four issue 177. It took me so long to read the title because I was trying to figure out if this was the first appearance of the Frightful Four. And it very well could be. I'll have to do some research and find out, but it could be the first appearance of the Frightful Four. All right. An old copy of Wonder Woman. It's a little beat up, but there's nothing like owning some old comics, I tell you what. As a collector, um, you want to get your hands on some old comics. I've got quite a few. Oh, did anybody know Ric Flair had a comic? Recently came out. He might have one before this, I don't know, but this is the new one that came out, if he had one at all. Quiltman, Dylan Quiltman is not one of my favorites for sure. Quiltman is Dylan. Dylan's poking fun at me. There's a character called Quiltman, and when DC came out with a bunch of characters, some of these characters were so, for lack of a better term, stupid. They had to kill a lot of them off. They had Quiltman, they had a crazy Quilt, they had Kite Man. Well, I can't say much about or DC because Marvel had Stiltman, and that was just as lame as ever. But there might be some Stiltman fans out there somewhere. Who knows? But anyway, no, Dylan Crazy or Quiltman is not one of my favorites. Excuse me. Here's a Fantastic Four number 1, and this isn't the original series number 1, and back in the 50s or 60s or whatever. This is Heroes Return number 1. So let me give you a little backstory about Heroes Return. Nightcrawler used to be one way back in the day, Dylan, but Nightcrawler is not one of my favorites anymore. I still like him, but he's not in my top 5. He might be in my top 15, but definitely not in my top 5. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Heroes Return. So it turns out that Reed Richards and Sue Storm had a son, and this son of theirs turned out to be incredibly powerful. So much so that, if I'm not mistaken, he can create reality with just a thought. So whatever he thinks can become reality, basically. Patrick, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining my live stream. So, this son of theirs, yeah, he became very powerful. And there was a character that was born from the powers of Magneto and Professor X, two incredibly mega level mutants who battled, and the outlash of their powers created a being called Onslaught. And Onslaught was powerful. He was devastatingly powerful, incredibly powerful, so powerful that he killed a lot of superheroes and a lot of mutants. And in order to help try to save some of these people, Reed Richards' son created a pocket dimension, and in that pocket dimension, he recreated in his image all the superheroes that he saved. And if you ask me, his version of these superheroes was better than the original. It was epic. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. But anyway, that's another storyline that you should read if you haven't read it already. But this is the return when he brought them back. He had to decide whether he wanted to um, destroy the heroes that he created or to um, bring back the original version of the heroes. And I'm not going to tell you what decision he made. Okay. X Force number one, still in its plastic wrapper. The Arm of Darkness, 1979. It's a cool cover. Lots of war. Kiss, way back in the day. Favorite of mine, Bruce Lee, number one. Bruce Lee comic, number one. There's Clown Killer, born from the ashes of, was it the Joker War, I believe? It was either the Joker War or the Three Jokers. I'm pretty sure it was the Joker War. Read up on Clown Killer if you haven't already. All right, this is going to be funny. This is kind of funny. Don't laugh at me, but I have a copy of the Powerpuff Girls. Now, I'll admit, I've watched the Powerpuff Girls cartoon a couple of times, been into superheroes and stuff. I have to do my research. I wouldn't go around buying Powerpuff Girl comics. And I'm not rushing home to watch any of the cartoons, but I'm not gonna lie, that it was pretty cool way back in the day. Here's one of my favorite comics, Spawn Batman. This artwork was done by Todd McFarlane and Frank Miller, and it is an awesome cover. I'm paying homage to Frank Miller, and the fight between Spawn and Batman was pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty epic. Mojo Jojo wasn't minding his business. He was always up to something. Of course, you would root for the villains, Dylan. Dylan the villain. There you go. And don't trade. I'm gonna trademark that. Dylan the villain. All right, now I'm going to ask for some help because I have these comics and they're supposed to match up to. These are called hip hop variants, by the way. It does that substance, Dylan. But these comics are hip hop variants, and but I only know one of them. I only know what one of the hip hop comics are, and I'll go ahead and tell you what it matches up to. So this is the Ultimates. And this is a hip hop cover, and it's supposed to be based on the Fugees album. Now, I've not seen this Fugees album that this is based off of, but someone told me that it was a Fugees album, and so I'm assuming they're right. So this is a hip hop variant cover based on the Fugees album. Now I'm going to need help finding out what all the other ones are based on. All right. For example, let me check something real quick. Okay. For example, this one was Drax the Destroyer. This is also based on a hip hop comic, and I don't know what that hip hop. I don't know what that comic is. Or that not. It's not based on a hip hop comic. It's based on a hip hop album, and I don't know what that album is. So if somebody can tell me what that album is, I'll be forever grateful. Again, this is based on a hip hop um, album. It's supposed to be drawn in the same design as a hip hop album, but I have no idea what that album is. So that's item number one. Item number two is this Patsy Walker Hellcat. And I'm not very fond of this one because it looks too plain to me. But again, this is supposed to be based off of a hip hop album cover. And Dylan says DMX. Dylan says DMX. You might be right, Dylan. All right, Drax and DMX. It makes sense. All right, thank you, Dylan. I appreciate it. All right, now help me out with this one. What is this one based off of? Anybody knows, help me out. Because I have no clue. DMX. I need to write this down so I don't forget. DMX, Dylan says, for the Drax Destroyer comic. Now, when I used to do my live auctions, I used to have trivia questions, and these would have made great trivia questions. And Dylan is killing it right now. I need to write these down. Zombie, can you bring me that marker that's on top of the 3D printed shelf? There's a black Sharpie. No, this shelf. With the 3D prints on it. Zombie, look at me. This shelf with the 3D prints. Yeah, that one. It's all good. All right, I got to write these down. Dylan is helping me out. All right, so Dylan says Patsy Walker is the Wu-Tang. And that Drax the Destroyer is DMX. This is quite helpful. Thank you, Dylan. All right, this one might be a tough one. This is the Extraordinary X-Men hip hop cover. Extraordinary X-Men hip hop cover. Dylan, you're 2 for 0. Can you get this one? The Extraordinary X-Men hip hop cover. Let's see if Dylan can get it, or if anybody else can get it. No takers on that one yet? Nobody? All right, I'm going to show my next one. That one might be a bust. Might not get that one. This one is Steve Rogers' Captain America. Also a hip hop cover, and I have no idea what album this is. I have no idea what album this is, but it is a hip hop cover. If you come up with it, Dylan, let me know by all means. So this one is also a hip hop cover. For those of you who are just joining in, if you know the name of this hip hop album, this is the comic cover based on that album. I'm trying to find out what these hip hop covers are. Here's the other one. Still don't know what this one is. Hopefully somebody can help me out. All right, we've got 3 more. 3 more, and then I'm done. All right, we've got the New Avengers hip hop cover. That might be a bit tough to see. The new Avengers hip hop cover. Hopefully, somebody knows what this is. Jordan, thanks for joining my live stream. I don't know if you're still in here, but I appreciate you joining in, man. All right, two more. Just two more. Oh no, just one more. That one's another Jax. Again, basically, well, it's the same. This is DMX. All right, the DMX hip hop cover. Thank you, Dylan, for letting me know that. And then we've got one more, and this one's my favorite one. This is Jeremy. How you doing, man? This is the Wade or Deadpool hip hop cover. Again, I'm trying to figure out what this is, what cover this is. Dylan says De La Soul. Which one is De La Soul, Dylan? Is it the Deadpool one? Is it the New Avengers one? Or is it the Steve Rogers one? Or is it the Extraordinary X-Men? Which one is De La Soul? This is helping me out quite a bit. I've been trying to guess what these were for years. I guess I could have just looked them up, but that takes the fun out of it. Dylan, if you would, let me know which one was De La Soul. Dylan's on that Google right now. This one? Well, I'm not sure. Dylan, you gotta give me a name. Extraordinary X-Men, Steve Rogers, Captain America, New Avengers, or Deadpool. You can't say the last one. The last one I think was this one. I'm not sure though. So okay, that would be this one. Extraordinary X-Men. Dylan says this is De La Soul. I'm going to take his word for it. All right, that's very helpful, Dylan. All right, De La Soul. We got De La Soul. Now I just got to get the other two. Or the other three, I should say. All right, I got it, Dylan. Thank you very much. All right, anybody else? We're trying to find out the hip hop covers for Deadpool or the album cover that goes with it. The album cover for New Avengers. And the album cover for Steve Rogers' Captain America. Zombie, you want to try to Google these and get in on it? You want to try to Google these and get in? Try to guess which one it is? You don't have to. I'm hoping somebody can help me out here with this, with these hip hop titles. Dylan has been doing excellent so far. Let's see if we can get anything else. See if we can get anything else out of you, Dylan. Three hip hop covers. Three hip hop covers. Somebody got to help me out because this is my last The last thing I'm going to do for this live stream. If I can't figure it out, I'll try to bring them on again on my next live stream. Speaking of my live streams, if anybody would like, or actually, I would really appreciate if you guys want to give me some topics that you want me to talk about, or if you have any questions you want me to answer, if you have any advice you want me to give, you can always come chill here with Sensei on my live streams, and I'm always down to talk. All right, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to figure out these last three. The last three are going to be a mystery. So I am going to sign out and go get some food. I'm kind of hungry. So I'm going to sign out and get some food. Those of you who watch this later, please leave comments. Let me know what you want me to talk about, any topics you want me to pull out of my hat. I'm trying to get back into doing live streams. I used to do them quite a bit with my live comic book auctions and my trivia and my comic combat, which is probably what I'll do next. I'll probably do comic combat next. But in the meantime, everybody stay safe, stay happy, stay well, and stay awesome. I'm signing out. This is Sensei here at Game Over, and I'm out.